What we're looking at here is a stairway with a metal handrail. And the metal handrail looks like it's dying into some type of a decorative concrete stone. And it's prefabricated material. And most of the time this stuff is, realistically, it's non-structural. There's no rebar in this. You know, and like I said, this is sometimes. I'm not saying this every time, but I do have to say most of the stuff I've seen, you can drop it on the ground and there's no metal in it at all. So if you have some with metal in it, great. But you can see where it's broken, it's cracked, it's damaged, and it looks like, to me, someone actually drilled a hole in the concrete, in the prefabricated materials, and it broke. And then what the heck, they just took and stuck it back in there, and that was the end of that. But I would like to point out that just maybe the hand railing was here first, and of course they added the decorative brick later, but or caps later. Only reason why I'm saying that is you can see here there's a gap between the hand railing, but there isn't, that same gap is not on the top. It is on the side, but it's not on the top. It goes through the entire handrail system at the bottom, but it's not at the cap, and that kind of leads me to believe that either someone made a mistake while they were making the handrail, or they added the decorative caps later. Now, if they would have added them later, there would have really been no reason to core drill something like this. And again, the reason why is because this material breaks. You know, I've seen people drill through this stuff and it just it just cracks into a variety of pieces. I think you would have been better off in a situation like this. And you can see a black line there, hopefully. I just put a black line coming right off of the handrail post there that's going into the concrete cap. I think you could have just cut something like this in half and then notched around the post, and you would have been better off. Now, if not, you could have always notched around the back of it, because you wouldn't have seen, you know, with the metal at the base being so close to the decorative cap, you could have notched a cavity out, you know, notched around the post and just slid this piece into place. That way you wouldn't have ended up with a line in the front or a cut, depending on, I mean, some architects or designers don't want, you know, they'll tell you to core drill through something like this, but they might not have enough experience working with these materials. And again, it always kind of cracks me up, you know, when someone does one thing and they do something else. And this would be one of them, you know, core drilling through something like this and breaking the one on the left, and then thinking, hey, you know, let's try it again and break the one on the right. And when you're working with materials like these decorative caps, it's a one-shot deal most of the time. They are made to fit a particular structure, and you're not going to have a second shot at it. So sometimes it's better just to cut through this stuff than it is to drill through it, especially if you haven't worked with it before and you really don't know if it's going to hold up.